There you are. Hi. Good morning.
Hello.
This is Kim.
This is Andy.
Yep. And we're going to read to you from the Urantia book. First,
First,
365 Days of Walking the Red Road by Terry Jean.
it's June 8th.
No, it's June 4th.
No. Oh, it's
We
It's
have this
May.
one here. It's June 4th.
June 4th. You're right. Sorry.
Was that in the wrong? That was from
The calendar had been flipped.
Mm.
So, Song of a Cheyenne Scout. Wolf I am, everything. In darkness will be good. In light because Mabio,
Mahio.
whenever I search, protects us. Wherever I run, ia, ho.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ho. Yeah. He's a wolf,
So, wolf.
no doubt.
All right. You go. No, I go.
You go a little bit. Yeah.
Tao produces one.
In this line, the Tao is the pregnant void. Oh, I love it when the void is pregnant.
Mhm.
An infinite field of nothingness, bursting with potentialities. This formless metaphysical Tao gives rise to the oneness that will eventually give rise to everything in the physical universe.
One produces two.
One represents the embryonic universe. As such, it begins with no opposites and no polarities, and then distills into yin and yang before anything else comes into existence. These two energies become distinct from one another. Thus, the oneness of the Tao gives rise to the two. So this is how I always think of it. I always think about, okay, there's um one, there's nothing, and then somehow it gets skinny and it turns into a one, and the one kind of notices that it has a top and a bottom down there,
Mhm.
so it's got two parts there, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, two produces three.
Two produces three. The two energies begin to interact. They swirled into one another, neither one able to dominate or overwhelm its counterpart. A balance emerges from their interactions with one another. This is the critical third factor: movement, circulation, and rhythm, all embodied in the dynamic dance of yin and yang.
Mhm.
So that's the action part, right?
Mhm.
So the separating is the two, and then the dancing here and trying to do stuff is the third.
And
Yeah.
the balancing.
Okay, you go.
Three produce myriad things.
Keep going.
Myriad things backed by yin and embracing yang.
Wait. The dynamism between yin and yang produces everything. Life mirrors this in the interplay of male and female energies, resulting in reproduction. All living things are thus rooted in yin energy, the source of life, while moving to the rhythm of the active yang principle.
Achieve harmony by integrating their energy.
We are no exceptions to the above. The interaction of men and women perpetuates life and gives it meaning. This is important not only in terms of biology, but spirituality as well. When we, as men and women, integrate the yin and yang energies, we achieve harmony and glimpse the divine nature of the Tao. Another interpretation of this integration casts it in terms of our approach to life rather than the interaction of the sexes. It says we should be grounded in the yin principle, humility, quietness, and tranquility, while embracing the yang principle, advancement, achievement, and progression.
What the people dislike are alone bereft and unworthy, but the rulers call themselves with these terms. So with all things appear to take loss but benefit, or receive benefit but lose, what the ancients taught, I will also teach. The violent one cannot have a natural death. I will use this as the principle of all teachings.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's chapter 42 of the Tao Te Ching, translation by Derek Lin. Yeah. Okay, so now we've got our Urantia book, and we are on paper 47, section 8. Yeah,
The sixth mansion world.
Sixth mansion world. So we're kind of making a trip through the mansion worlds here just to see what this is like. And remember, these are the first worlds we'll encounter when we die. Yeah, we find out here what's
all right. Sojourners on this sphere are permitted to visit transition world number 6, where they learn more about the high spirits of the super universe. Although they are not able to visualize many of these celestial beings, here they also receive their first lessons in the perspective spirit career, which so immediately follows graduation from the Urantia training of the local universe. The assistant system sovereign makes frequent visits to this world, and the initial instruction is here begun in the technique of universe administration. The first lessons embracing the affairs of a whole universe are now imparted. This is a brilliant age for ascending mortals, and usually witnesses the perfect fusion of the human mind and the divine adjuster. In potential, this fusion may have occurred previously, but this actual working identity many times is not achieved until the time of the sojourn on the fifth mansion world, or even the sixth.
okay. So that's where we're most likely to fuse with our thought adjuster.
Okay.
Although sometimes it happens earlier, we don't put this union into practical, you know, terms or use until this time. So that's when you have to make your decision, kind of. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The union of the evolving mortal soul with the eternal and divine adjuster is signalized by the seraphic summoning of the supervising super angel for resurrected survivors and of the archangel of record for those going to judgment on the third day. And then, in the presence of such a survivor's Morancha associates, these messengers of confirmation speak. This is a beloved son in whom I am well pleased.
Oh, wow.
They say that about us when we decide to fuse. This simple ceremony marks the entrance of an ascending mortal upon the eternal career of paradise service. Immediately upon the confirmation of adjuster fusion, the new Morancha being is introduced to his fellows for the first time by his new name. I think that's your Indian name, right? Yeah. And is granted the 40 days of spiritual retirement from all routine activities wherein to commune with himself and to choose some one of the optional routes to Havona and to select from the differential techniques of paradise attainment. So I love that. That we learned about that's your second jubilee.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to go?
But still, are these brilliant beings more or less material? They are far from being true spirits. They are more like supermortals, spiritually speaking, still a little lower than the angels, but they are truly becoming marvelous creatures. During the sojourn on world number 6, the mansion world students achieve a status which is comparable with the exalted development characterizing those evolutionary worlds which have normally progressed beyond the initial stage of light and life. The organization of society on this Masonia is of a high order. The shadow of the mortal nature grows less. The shadow
Less and less.
less and less as the worlds are ascended one by one. You're becoming more and more adorable as you leave behind the coarse vestiges of planetary animal origin.
How could you be more adorable?
Oh, wow.
Really, how could you possibly be more and more adorable?
Well, coming up through great tribulation serves to make glorified mortals very kind and understanding, very sympathetic and tolerant. Wow. Hmm.
Yep. So
Well,
we're on our way at that point to wonderful career
hmm
of service to the divine. Okay, where's my bookmarker? Here it is. All right. Somebody gave me this nice bookmarker. See?
Mhm.
This is one of the first things Andy gave me.
Yeah.
Yeah. A leather bookmarker. Okay.
Well, I was reading Tom Allen's book,
Yeah.
and I have a new appreciation for the revelators because they can't go ahead and give us information we haven't found yet,
Right.
which is sort of like Roddenberry's prime directive.
Prime directive, yeah, because you
cannot
can't
interfere. You
with
cannot.
the natural development of a.
You've got to let the beings evolve on their own. You could help them, but you can't give them information that they haven't found on their own yet.
See, and I wonder a lot how that implies to like that third section of the book
Mm-hmm.
about all the scientific, all the geology, because what I remember somebody said to me that, oh, well, the science is wrong or something like that. Well, they can't give us information. They can't say, okay, so you've, I don't think they'd confirm something that's blatantly wrong, but they might say, yes, that's true, but it's even so, it's only true in the larger sense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's always details that are left out that are tweaked and stuff like
Mhm.
this.
Well, between what they don't know
Yeah,
and what they can't tell us,
there's a lot of room there.
there's a lot of room there.
Yeah,
There is.
that's what I mean. But yeah, so let's give the guys a break. They're trying their best to reach us.
Which Tom says is the tertiary of something, which is the revelatory information, the Urantia book, what we knew at the time it came out, and what we know now. When you combine all those, we can go forward.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we have to just go forward. I don't know, but we have to be so humble when we do that because we're learning so much.
Mm-hmm.
You still don't learn anything if you don't try.
Right.
So trying and failing, it's always worth it to fail. It's always worth it to fail. If you need to know something, you only learn by failing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay. You don't be afraid to get your heart broke a little bit. That's only the shell that's breaking and falling off or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so but don't get so attached to something either that you can't survive that. I know people will do that. Get so attached to a person or an idea that's just
You lose yourself.
that you lose, yeah, who you are in that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
Don't do that.
And that's hard to describe. What exactly do you mean by that? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to almost live through it to be able to know what it means.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I wish you all well in all of your adventures this week. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
thank you.
Have a great day.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.